snow plows just cannot keep up with the snow that's falling. I am not entirely sure if this is an accident or if somebody just got stuck and you now have a motorist that is stopped to help this this driver get unstuck. But this is, being quite frank with you, this is just so incredibly dangerous. This right here, this scene that we're watching unfold live, is so dangerous that in situations like this, yeah, you want to get unstuck, but at the rate that the snow is falling, folks can't stop in time. It's good to see that this Good Samaritan has his traffic vest on and is trying to be seen. That's good news there, and it looks like that may have been what we've seen. We may have been seeing somebody stop and try and help this person who is stuck on the ramp from Interstate 30 to the Interstate 630. So this is the interchange here. So it looks like that's what they're doing. They're trying to help this driver get some traction. It looks like they're using different pieces of maybe that they had in their car to try and get some traction on the tires to get this car rolling again on this interchange. So we are just waiting to see, as we watch this picture unfold together here, as we start to see the entire Little Rock metro area just experience all of this snow. Quite frankly, snow that plows just cannot keep up with at this rate. Looking at Nita's comment here on Facebook, my grandson went to work. He said the roads from Murfreesboro to Nashville in southwest Arkansas, that they're bad. You're absolutely right. I was actually coming in through downtown Little Rock. I live near about 10 minutes from the station, live very close to downtown, and specifically the Riverdale area, and road conditions were just so awful. At times there were cars that couldn't regain traction after stopping at a red light. And so you see situations that we're seeing right now unfold on the interstate happen all across the city, and in some cases they just wait. They wait until they can regain some traction and they get moving again. But it was certainly an icy drive. It was an icy commute. Watching and seeing these scenes unfold, it makes me thankful that I was able to get here this morning as well, because I could have easily have been one that is needing help from a Good Samaritan, or got stuck behind an accident, or slid off the road. So I'm incredibly thankful for that. But we are seeing this unfold here near downtown Little Rock. So for folks, just maybe they were scrolling through Facebook, they were scrolling through their app this morning on krk.com or whatnot. Let me set the scene for you. We're watching two different incidents unfold in the city of Little Rock right now. What you're looking at on the left-hand side of your screen is Interstate 30 onto Interstate 630. This is the ramp. On the right-hand side of your screen, you're looking at Interstate 630 merging to Interstate 30 northbound. We have two different incidents unfolding. The one on the left-hand side, I'm not sure if this is an accident or if someone just got stuck on the ramp. And if it's a case of somebody getting stuck on the ramp, you now have some Good Samaritans who are trying to get this driver unstuck. They're trying to regain traction on this person's tires. And so we have seen throughout the last few minutes here, someone putting just whatever they probably could find in their car. I don't know if those are floor mats or what, but they're trying to regain traction on this driver's car to try and get this driver unstuck and moving again. Earlier this morning, we saw RDOT moving the camera around, and it appeared that there were multiple cars that had stopped on Interstate 30 right near this on-ramp. And then on the right-hand side of your screen is the on-ramp to Interstate 30 from Interstate 630, again, downtown Little Rock. There are multiple cars that have slid off the interstate and that ramp. And you have a couple Arkansas State Troopers there, and we've seen tow trucks there throughout the morning. And within the last couple of minutes, and I'll go ahead and take this picture full for you, I have seen some what appears to be snow plows on this on-ramp. Again, we're talking about the incident on the far right-hand corner of your screen. There are snow plows that are probably trying to clear a pathway for these cars, so that way they don't have any more slide-offs. They're probably laying down some chemicals as well, so that way they don't have any more vehicles slide off. But at this point, that is what we're watching right now, as we watch two different incidents unfold in the city right now, and we now have this mess. And again, if you're just joining us this morning, the Arkansas Storm Team is closely monitoring this snowfall, this continued snow that continues to fall across the city at this very moment. I want to see if we have, looks like we don't have, let me show you this. This is the wind chill. There is a wind chill advisory in effect for at least the Little Rock Metro right now because of how bitterly cold these temperatures are, which is really quite the match, quite the fight for some of these snowplows that are working tirelessly trying to keep up with this continued snowfall. We're at 9:30 here this morning at KRK4 and Fox 16. This was just going to be an update on traffic and weather. We started our live stream here about a half hour ago at 9 o'clock. And at this point, we extended our update here just because of what we're seeing on Interstate 30 and Interstate 630. Because I would like to see how these two things play out. These appear to be some Good Samaritans. I'm not sure if this was an accident or if this was just a car that got stuck in the middle of the ramp here. But we're now seeing what appears to be two Good Samaritans on this ramp trying to help this stranded driver regain traction so the person can get off of the ramp. We've seen a couple of drivers on this ramp, and they just kind of move around. They just drive right past, trying to stay as far away as possible. And it looks like they're going to try and get this driver off one more time here. Let's see how this unfolds. Here comes a tow truck. Not sure if the tow truck's going to stop and try and help or how this is going to play out. You know, here's the thing, the more and more cars that stop, the more and more tricky and dangerous this is going to be. And my heart almost stops beating every time another car drives by and you have these people out on the interstate, because you just don't know how slick some of these spots are. You just don't. You know, my heart goes out to these people that are on this ramp right now that are trying to get this stranded driver moving again. But my heart does. It stops beating every time because we're seeing these cars drive by, and you know, you kind of see them move out of the way, but they don't want to get too far off into the shoulder. because there's snow covered. And there's another car that just drove by. Again, heart stops every time. Not sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check in with RDOT here and see what information they might have on this. I know that we have I'm gonna just see what RDOT is saying. We're starting to see, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that is some tire mats or some floor mats or what. I don't know what they're using to try and regain traction. And here's another car, and that car slowed down, and this is the almost the scary part where you wonder, okay, is this car going to get stuck now? Is this ramp going to be shut down? And you don't want anyone to get hurt. And that car was able to keep moving. I'm checking in with RDOT real quick. They don't have any information just yet on this incident. I'll keep monitoring the Twitter feed here. Jonathan is saying that we should call somebody for them. So here's the thing. RDOT is aware of this. And we know that because they had their traffic camera positioned on the 630 to 30 ramp, and then they started zooming out, and they started trying to find this accident, this stalled car, whatever it is. So RDOT is aware of it, and we're waiting to see kind of how this shapes up and unfolds. If you look at, and again, folks, if you're just scrolling through Facebook here, we're watching two different incidents unfold here in Little Rock. We're seeing an incident on the left where, not sure if this is an accident or if somebody just lost traction and they got stuck in the snow from Interstate 30 onto 630. But that's what we're watching on the left-hand side of this camera. On the right-hand side of the camera, we are watching what has been an accident unfold in the ramp from 630 onto 30. And there were multiple vehicles that had slid off that ramp. And we have some Arkansas State Troopers there. And we've also seen some salt trucks, some snow plows there. So they might actually be in the process of trying to reopen this area right now. Still waiting to see when that's going to happen, but we saw a little bit of movement a little while ago, but things have appeared to have slowed down there. Not sure how long it's going to be until that ramp reopens, but we're watching this together. We're watching both of these pictures unfold, and we are waiting for to see how both of these stories unfold here over the next few minutes here. But let's take this picture full for you and kind of see. It looks like they're these Good Samaritans. I call them Good Samaritans. I don't know who they are. I don't know what happened, but they're helping this driver try and regain traction in her vehicle, or his vehicle. I'm not sure if that's a man or a woman. From this perspective, because I have kind of a larger monitor in my car here, or not my car, but in the studio here, and it appears to be a woman. Not sure who it is, but Looks like they just tried again one more time to regain traction in her car, and it looks like, look at that, folks. That driver has regained traction in her vehicle, his vehicle, whoever it is. It appears to be a woman from this perspective with the large monitor in the studio. And the person that was stuck on this ramp is moving again. Not sure what they used. I don't know if those are, they kind of look like tire mats, but I just have a hard time seeing that. I don't know what it is, but it appears that they were getting it out of their car, or their truck. Now, it will be interesting to see if they can get out. Of course, they're in a truck, not sure if they have sand in the back of their bed or whatnot, but it will be interesting to see how that unfolds. And as Arkansas State Troopers try and reopen that ramp from Interstate 630 onto 30, seeing more salt trucks and snow plows in the distance. You can kind of see it through the snow. Yeah, Lorraine, somebody's saying floor mats. I thought they were, they appear to be floor mats. I'm right there with you. It appears to be floor mats. Rose is saying, did they have a flat tire? Rose, no, it does not appear that they had a flat tire. It appears that the vehicle that they were helping, the driver they were helping, was just stuck in the snow. So it looks like they are now using whatever they used on that first vehicle, they're going to use on their vehicle to try and get out. I want to bring your attention, and I hope you can see it. If not, I apologize. On the far right-hand corner, and again, I have a larger monitor in the studio. I can see these cameras. It looks like somebody has gotten out of their car on the ramp from 630 onto 30. We've seen that unfold a few times this morning, where folks will get out of their car and they will clear off their windshield because of the snow and the ice buildup. It scares me every time. It makes my heart skip a beat when I see folks out here like this just trying to live their life in the middle of a snowstorm, and you see all of the vehicles around them. They're moving. You just want to pray for them, for their safety when they're right in the middle of this, because they're trying to get home. They're trying to get to wherever they were headed, and you don't know where they were trying to go. You don't know the person that was stuck earlier today on this ramp merging onto 630, who this person is. Maybe the person's a nurse, a doctor trying to get to a surgery. You just don't know who these individuals are stuck on these interstates. And that's what I also think about. So let's see, folks. Let's see how this one plays out as they try and regain some traction on their truck here on the left-hand side. If you're just joining us, good morning, everyone. I'm Mitch McCoy. We are in storm mode here. Winter storm warning in effect. We got an update about 40 minutes ago from the Arkansas storm team. We're now watching traffic conditions, and our eyes are on this incident that is unfolding in downtown Little Rock. There are two different things that I want to bring your attention to. On the right-hand side, we had multiple vehicles slide off that ramp from Interstate 630 to Interstate 30. There are Arkansas State Troopers on the scene. I want to bring my mouse up above. This is, if you see my mouse, I'm kind of circling the area. It's towards the upper left corner. Those are salt trucks. And salt trucks and snow plows are on this ramp now. It looks like they might be trying to reopen this ramp shortly. But what they're going to do is they're going to clear this ramp off so that way there's no further accidents or slide-offs. So at this point, I can imagine that they're just clearing off as much snow as they can and laying down any kind of chemical that would give these vehicles some traction. So at this point, that's what's happening on the right-hand side. We don't know anything about injuries right now, but there were several vehicles that slid off the ramp here. That's on the right-hand side of your screen. On the left-hand side of your screen, over the last 30 minutes or so, we have been watching these Good Samaritans, and I call them Good Samaritans because from our perspective, that's what they appear to be, in the traffic vests. One's in a yellow one, one's in an orange one. They have been using what appear to be floor mats, try and help a vehicle that got stuck in the snow get unstuck. And so a few minutes ago, they were able to regain traction for that driver that was in that second vehicle. And that vehicle, they worked at it too for a good chunk of time. They kept working at it, and they would put the floor mats back in different directions, and eventually they got it. And that vehicle was the one that was stuck on this ramp, which, for folks just joining us, this ramp here is the ramp from Interstate 30 onto 630 westbound. They were able to get moving again. So these Good Samaritans have been working at that for some time. This is what's going to be interesting. It looks like they have put these floor mats, or whatever they used on that first vehicle, they are using on their truck. Let's see how they work. Let's see how it goes. The driver just got in his vehicle, and at some point we're going to start to see some movement as they try and get unstuck. It just scares me every time. I keep telling you guys this. My heart skips a beat when I see these cars just zooming by because you just never know what's going to happen. It looks like they made some. They're trying. You see the tires spinning. And it does look like they're waiting every time another car comes by. By the way, on the other side of the camera that you can't see, there are some cars that have stopped on the interstate. I see their front tires moving. They're trying to regain traction on their towards the front. Let's see how this plays out. I can see, and again, I have a larger monitor in the studio here. It looks like some snow's starting to kick up. And here they go. They're trying again, and here's another car too. Oh, this just scares me, guys. This, it looks like they tried. They tried to make some headway, and they did. They made a lot of headway. Let's see how here, they're trying again. They're moving. They're moving. And it looks like the back of their truck is hitting this guardrail. This scares me. This scares me. This scares me. And RDOT is in control of these cameras. I'm not sure if they're going to move the camera or not. Let's see if we have a different perspective. This would be onto 630. Looks like we have a shot near the pedestrian bridge. Let's see if we can pull that one up. Some of these cameras are, okay, they have not moved that camera. Let's see if this camera will load. Again, some of the cameras are loading, some of them are not. But it looks like they were able to get some traction. So maybe they got moving again. Hard to see here. I guess this would be our only way to find out, is if we see this truck come back up the interstate. Let's see here. And you guys can be my eyes too. It was a white truck. Let's see if they were able to get moving again. That does not appear to be the truck that we saw. That might be it, guys. I think that was the truck. I think that was the truck, and I think that truck was able to get out. Good news. Good news. Boy, that right there is some positive news in the middle of this snowstorm. We were able to see some Good Samaritans stop, help a stranded driver, and they were able to help that person get unstuck.